Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Preschool STEM University story time. My name is Miss Irene, and today we're going to be reading a super fun story about a scientist who gets a little squished in her house, so she has to solve that problem. But before we get to our story today, we are going to do our welcome song. All right, friends? So I'm going to stand up, scoop my chair out of the way here, and we always start with a wave, right? We go, we wave and sing hello, we wave and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello. And next we're gonna clap our hands. Are you ready? We clap and sing hello, we clap and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and sing hello. And next we are going to stomp our feet. Can you stomp your feet? We stomp and sing hello, we stomp and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. And last but not least, we're gonna jump in the air. Can you jump super high and touch the sky? Ready? We jump and sing hello. We jump and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we jump and sing hello. Nice job, everyone. Oh my gosh, I love jumping. So much fun. All right. So this story is called Charlotte, the Scientist, is Squished. She's got a bunch of her siblings that are in the house with her. She's having some trouble doing her science. So let's see what happens. Charlotte was a serious scientist. Protective glasses, a lab coat, and a magnifying glass were her essential scientific equipment. That means she always needs them. Plus a clipboard for important notes. Charlotte solved problems by conducting experiments that followed the scientific method. This is pretty cool. She's got all of her equipment, and then here's her scientific method that she goes through. We're going to learn about that too with Charlotte. And Charlotte had a problem. She was squished. Look at this. There's parents here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 siblings that Charlotte has. That is a lot. Brothers and sisters. Wow. She was squished at the table. She was squished in the tub. And sometimes she was even squished on the toilet. Hey, she says when the door opens and she's not done yet. Oh my gosh. It had become impossible to conduct her experiments. Her test tubes were taken, her beakers got broken, and her specimens were spoiled. Charlotte needed some space. Time to use the scientific method. All right, let's get started. What comes first? Let's see. Step 1. Ask a question. How can I get some space around here? Charlotte says. Step 2. Form a hypothesis. That's what you think will happen. Hypothesis. If I can get rid of my brothers and sisters, I will have room to be a real scientist. That's what she thinks will work. So now, step 3. Test the hypothesis. Experiment. She tried an experiment to make everyone disappear. Some vanishing liquid here. But it didn't work. They are just popping out of that cloud of smoke. She tried another experiment to make herself disappear. Ooh, let's see. She's camouflaging herself to blend in with the bushes. But that didn't work either. Sibling found her. If she was going to get some space, she would have to go there. She made a carrot rocket ship to take her to space. Wow. She jumps out of her spaceship in her astronaut suit. Oh my goodness. She's so happy. Looks like she might be on the moon or something. She has so much space. Step 4, make and record observations. Charlotte was no longer squished at the table. Lots of room for her food and herself. She was no longer squished in the tub. Look how long that tub is. Nice space by herself. And Charlotte could take as long as she wanted on the toilet, reading her newspaper and some science books, it looks like. Space was splendid. Finally, step 5, draw conclusions. She had all the room she needed to conduct very important experiments using her protective glasses, lab coat, and magnifying glass. Her test tubes were tidy, her beakers looked brilliant, and her specimens were sparkling. Her hypothesis was correct. She finally, had room to be a scientist. My gosh, finally she has room. The only problem was there was no one to talk to at mealtime and no one to blow bubbles with in the tub. And what was Charlotte supposed to do when she ran out of toilet paper? Hello? She says in the bathroom, trying to get toilet paper. Space was lonely. Back to step 2, form a new hypothesis. If I can have friends in space, then I won't be lonely and I can be a real scientist. Time for more experiments. Okay, so now she's going to have some friends to not be lonely and still be a scientist. Charlotte tried chocolate, but it was too tempting, and the balloons kept floating away. She tried chocolate to, be friends with the chocolate bunnies, but she wanted to eat them. And robot bunnies were poor conversationalists. They didn't talk very much. And they got ruined in the bathtub and tangled in the toilet paper. Boop, they say. Charlotte missed her family. She even missed being squished. So she tried one last experiment. What do you think she's going to do? What could she do to solve this problem? Here comes the carrot rocket ship, parachuting back down to Earth. Her siblings are all here. Well, some of them are here. Excited that she's back. And reached a new conclusion. This is what she did. Charlotte didn't need outer space. She just needed her own space. So now her rocket ship has just turned into her science lab that's right next to their house. It's pretty fun. Oh, this is so awesome. And then at the end of this book, it's super cool. There's a bunch of questions and it takes you through the 5 steps of the scientific method. And it tells you, or it asks you how Charlotte did each of these steps. It's super cool. And you can do your own science experiments. So I'm going to show you again through the scientific method here. I've got some cute little printouts that I found, and it takes you through all of the steps. And then we can maybe talk about a couple experiments that you might be able to do at home. All right? So this is I am a scientist. So you can be a scientist too. And these are your steps, okay? So first things first, I make observations. So you can see things or feel things on your skin or taste things with your tongue or hear things or smell things. Those are our senses. So you can make observations or notice things about the world around you. And that's the first step in the scientific method. So one of my favorite things to do is play in the water because I love playing in the water. And sometimes you might notice that when you're having a glass of water, your ice cubes float to the top of the water. That's an observation. My ice cubes float to the top of my water cup. And we can also form questions. That's step number 2. I wonder why Why do those float? Or will everything float in my water cup? That's a question. I develop a hypothesis or make a prediction. This is I think. What do you think is going to happen? So my ice cubes float in my water cup, but will my favorite block float in my water cup or a water bowl or bowl of water, something with water in it? Will your block float? I experiment to test my hypothesis for step 4. So try it. If you have your favorite block and you have a cup of water, try putting your block in the water and see if it floats. After you made your prediction, I think it will float. Does it float? Try it. Put it in the water. Then I gather and record results. I want to draw or write about what happened. So if you put your block in the water and you see that it floats, then you'll write down my block floated. Or you can draw a picture of your block in the top of the water, floating in the water. Or sinking if it sunk. And last, I share and discuss the results. So you tell them what happened. And then, if that doesn't work, you can go back and try it again. If it didn't do what you thought it would, you could try something else. So these are the steps for our scientific method. I make observations. I look at things in the world. I form questions. I ask questions about why things do that, or will all things do that. So we always love questions, so keep asking questions. I develop a hypothesis and make a prediction. So you tell us what you think is going to happen. You experiment to test your hypothesis. So you do it. You do what you think is going to happen. Then I gather and record results. So you write down or draw what happened in your experiment, and then you share and discuss them. So you share your results, say, wow, this block floated. Let's try something else. Or let's try this block in a different kind of liquid, maybe juice. Or what can you think of? What can you think of that you could try? So I love the sinking and floating experiment. It's super fun, and you can try all different sorts of things that you have around your house. You just get a bowl of water and gather all sorts of little toys and trinkets that won't get ruined if you put them in water, and then test if you think they will sink or float. And you will be a scientist if you do that, because you are going through the scientific method. So I'd love to see if you guys do that. Please do share in the comments below about what you guys tested out, or if you did a different experiment. I'd love to hear about your experiment. And you can also share pictures with us if you want. I'd love to see those. You can send them to us at Eagle Library at cityofeagle.org. I would love to see them, because I love to see you guys being little scientists. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you today. Before we go, I am going to let you know that next week is our first week of in-person classes outside. If the weather is nice, we're going to have story time out on the lawn. It's going to be so exciting. This will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning at 10:30, and then Thursday evening at 6:30. We'll only have those 4 story times, but they'll all be outside if the weather's nice, if it doesn't rain like it has this week. You guys can bring blankets or folding chairs so that you can sit outside with us. We are going to read stories. We're going to sing songs. We're going to dance. It's going to be so fun. And I would love to see you guys there so you can come and celebrate story time with us. We're going to start story times outside. It'll be so fun. And we'll also be doing our kids classes on Tuesdays and Saturdays outside starting on Tuesday, June 1st. It'll be super fun. So I hope to see you guys there. If you have some older siblings too you want to bring along, we can all make awesome crafts and see each other outside, and it'll be so fun. So check out our calendar at eaglepubliclibrary.org and click on the classes tab, and you'll see the class calendar on there. We have all of our classes on there. We'll have them through the rest of the summer. Those will be up very soon. And then you can see us and we can see you, and it'll be so fun. We'll have a great time. All right, my friends. So Last thing before we go is our goodbye song. So we're going to do our goodbye song. Are you ready? This one starts with a wave, and we go, see you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile, give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish, see you soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur, take care, polar bear, wave goodbye, butterfly. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. I hope to see you next week in person on the lawn. It'll be super fun. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, everybody.
Borrow digital comics from the Eagle Public Library. From superhero classics to the latest kids comics, start reading today at eaglepubliclibrary.org/ecomics.